The under-11 football team from Ixworth Middle School in Suffolk left for London today to prepare for what is quite literally a dream come true. The boys are playing at Wembley tomorrow in the final of a nationwide competition. Michael Higgins saw them on their way after offering the team a helping hand.
Tomorrow, the under-11s from Ixworth Middle School will run out at Wembley to play Harmon's Water Junior School from Bracknell in the semi-final of the Smith's Crisps competition. 10,000 schools entered the competition. Just the last 4 teams get to play on the famous Wembley turf. The boys will be presented to some important people.
And Gareth Bailey, a defender.
In yesterday's rehearsals, we could only find somebody who wasn't very important at all.
And James Carter, forward. We want to make sure that we do the best we can before Wembley.
Ixworth Middle were the South East champions and played some 20 qualifying games to reach Wembley. It's a 6-a-side competition, and Ixworth have got a pretty handy team.
Oh, that's a fine goal!
Teacher Martin Eales, who set up a coaching system in the village 8 years ago, is now beginning to see the fruits of his labours.
I've been very pleased with the way they performed so far in this tournament, and they have actually got better in each stage. And they are a good unit. They play together well. They play to their strengths, and they should do quite well.
It's quite a big thing, isn't it, for a place like Ixworth?
It's been a big thing in the village, yes. The whole village have been talking about it. We've actually got 5 coaches going down on Saturday, so the village will be shut. But they've all taken it to heart and are very, very keen in following behind us.
It's really exciting going there to play, because that's where all the internationals and everyone play.
I think we've got a good chance. We're sort of a passing team, so I think we've got a good chance.
I mean, if you go there and you don't win, does it matter?
No, not really, because it's just playing there that's the main thing, and getting there and playing on the actual pitch that matters.
It's just possible tomorrow's semi-final against the team from Bracknell could go to penalties, but Ixworth Middle should do OK there. Win or lose, the boys even get to climb those famous steps to the Royal Box, just like Liverpool and England's Mark Wright.
Tomorrow for the pupils of Ixworth Middle School in Suffolk. They'll be watching England play Italy in a schools international and cheering their own under-11 team in the finals of a national 6-a-side competition. It's every footballer's dream to play at Wembley. It's even called the venue of legends. These Peterborough United players couldn't quite believe their luck when they went there for the 3rd Division promotion playoffs at the end of May. And non-league Colchester had the chance to sample the atmosphere when they took on and beat Whitton Albion in the FA Trophy final. So imagine what it will be like for these boys from Ixworth when they step out to play in front of 40,000 people tomorrow.
I envy them terribly. They seem to be taking it very, very well. I sometimes wonder whether because they're younger, it doesn't mean it sort of washes over them a little bit more. But they have taken it in their strides, and they don't seem very nervous at all at the minute. I know they might not see it very much on the Friday night.
The boys have worked hard to get their chance. The Smith's Crisps Under-11 Championship involves 10,000 teams, and Ixworth played more than 20 games to become the South East champions. Some of the boys already know what to expect tomorrow. They went to Wembley 2 years ago to watch England play Holland. What was the atmosphere like there that day?
Well, there wasn't as much people as there would be for an FA Cup final or European Cup final, whatever, but it was pretty big.
There's 5 coaches going down on Saturday to support them, and we've had so many well-wishers that it does mean an awful lot to the whole school, but especially to the 8 boys, of course.
What's it been like at school this last week or two, knowing that you got to Wembley and that everybody will be down there supporting you?
Oh, it's been just the same, really. When you walk down the corridor, you have people looking at you, just a bit more. It's just the same.
You haven't had people asking you for tickets then?
No.
A day out for the village, and a day to remember for these boys, Wembley bound, before they're even out of middle school. What a great opportunity for them, but will the sun shine? It certainly wasn't too bright today.
minutes away from the kick-off of today's Schoolboy International, and traditionally on this day Wembley also stages the final of the Smith's Crisps Cup for under-11 teams. The two finalists this year are Inglewood School from Carlisle and Ixworth School, Bury St Edmunds. John Helm has been watching the action.
Well, nearly 10,000 schools started out on this mini route to Wembley, and the boys with the longest journey all the way from Carlisle took the lead there. That's Inglewood scoring the first goal through Brett Swift's header, the ball just crossing the line. So Inglewood from Carlisle a goal ahead. They'd played some really smashing football, and they deservedly scored again with this firm header here from their captain, Grant Holt. And that was good enough for Inglewood, and they went on to win the Smith's Crisp Cup by 2-0, and two really excellent headers as well to win them. So well done to the boys from Carlisle, receiving their trophy there with the captain, Grant Holt.
Well done, youngsters.
Good
Now,
stuff.
that football there, Jim, which we love to see, played on a small pitch, you know, played with smaller
That's
goals.
right.
The very thing that we've actually discussed since England played Holland here.
Well, that's when
stimulated all the argument.
That's right. That's
brought
when
up.
the pot started to boil, when we looked at that game earlier in the year, and it was disappointing. We had to say that. There didn't seem to be a great deal of skill that day, and of course since then we've really created a hornet's nest, haven't we?
Well, that's right. The press picked up as
that's
well.
right.
But you
Absolutely.
see, I do think, Jim, that boys playing, in fact, I think they should have increased that to maybe 8-a-side football.
Yeah.
And these little lads that come here, they shouldn't be playing on big pitches. They should be playing small pitches, small goals, games. You know, use one pitch for 2 games.
Well, exactly like we've seen there.
Yeah.
A lovely little 6-a-side tournament, which has been going on for an hour and a half anyway, with teams not getting tired because they haven't got too much room to cover, and they've been knocking the ball about, and they've been playing within the context of their own strength. And because they've been playing within the context of their own strength, they've been able to show their skills, haven't they?
Sure.
They haven't had to hit the ball 20, 25 yards.
That's right.
They've only had to hit the ball 10 yards, and it showed in their skills. And it's been a delight to see the last hour and a half of football being played in conditions that have been very conducive to young people.
Yes.
And here come the big boys
Well,
now.
here the big boys coming out. They've been a bit disappointing, Jim. I saw them up in Glasgow as well.
You reckon?
Featured the boys from Ixworth Middle School in Suffolk, who'd won their way to Wembley in the Smith's Crisps Under-11 National Championship. Just 4 teams made it to Wembley from the 10,000 or so who had entered the competition last September. So Ixworth, from a school with just over 400 pupils, had every intention of enjoying their big day out. It started well for them. Ixworth, here in the white, dominated their semi-final with Harwood School from Bracknell, winning 1-0. Ben Dean got the all-important goal, one he'll remember all his life. The final against Inglewood from Carlisle was just as close. A question mark maybe about the first goal, but no doubts about the second. A thumping header from the corner. 2-0 to Inglewood, but a day to remember for Ixworth Middle as well. Some good goals there too. Well, final.